recognizing where our aversion and our hate and our opposition is pertaining to things within us, that were they resolved, were we to actually inquire into and alchemize those things within ourselves, yes, there might still be, and almost inevitably there will still be some kind of opponent or a person with opposing values that may be threatening to our own, but we're not adding that whole extra piece to it. And right now I can kind of see collectively we've got vast amounts of like inner psychic material, and trauma being like added and amplifying, and it's increasing the state of alarm. Um, and a lot of that is also recreation of past conflicts,
Well,
recreation of the trauma of the Second World War, and things like that that is still unresolved within us.
yes. I feel that, some of the deep inner capacity we need to develop is listening. Listening circle is real hard to listen to things that would feel very uncomfortable, completely different value system, or if you're seen as an oppressor, just like the suffering that has always been there is just bursting out of the seams in the world. And therefore we need to build this inner capacity to receive and transform that suffering. But first is to be able to receive and transform our own inner suffering. And that's why joy is crucial. We're not supermans and, made of irons. Cultivating joy is so key. I talked about that in the beginning, and I want to, towards the end, finish a bit with that. It's like, if you haven't filled your heart with lots of joy, then when the dark time comes, you won't be very solid to take the hit. So if we are to receive all that suffering that's bursting through the seams, we also need to do a lot of things that brings us joy. Joy is a deep spiritual practice. And when I talk about joy, I'm not saying like drug, sex, and rock and roll. That's not what I mean. That's often escapism to run away from suffering. It's like, oh, relationship that puts real warmth in your heart, whatever is going to bring joy to that person, but deep joy, that's what I mean. And that's a real spiritual work. It's as important as confronting your demon, because how are you going to confront your demon if you feel so weak? If you feel so frail, you need to soak up the sun, because then you have the energy to go through winter.